What is going on, you guys? Boss Stan Style here, and we are back with my WWE 13 universe. Now, starting today, we are exactly 1 week from our Royal Rumble match. It's not a pay-per-view. I almost said pay-per-view. It is not a pay-per-view this time. It's just a match. And here we see our television champion, Shane McMahon. He is trying to make his first defense as official champion. I felt a little weird because before Shane McMahon was actually champion, I had already recorded this episode, or the last episode, so like last Monday before he was champion, I'm like, who's champion right now? Is it Shane McMahon? Yeah, I guess so. And he wasn't the champion yet, so hopefully nobody heard it. But right now it's Shane McMahon, and this is his first defense. He won it last Friday on SmackDown over X-Pac. And congratulations to Shane. It was his very first match in SG Gaming League, and he won the television title, so congrats to that man. And his opponent tonight is definitely going to be a challenge for him. It is the Great Khali. The Great Khali has also never won a title in SG Gaming League. This is his first year with us. Hopefully of many more, because he's been very he hasn't been bad so far. He was prominent over on my D League when that still existed, FCW, and yeah, he after that he got signed to the main roster after FCW shut down, and he's pretty awesome to watch in there, and he's much bigger than Shane McMahon, so we're going to see how that works. And a quick thing about the Great Khali that I learned the other day. Great Khali told me that, quote, if he does not win the television championship tonight, then he will enter the 2013 Royal Rumble. Now, I say that because, as you guys may or may not know, I do not let champions participate in the Royal Rumble. That's always been a rule of mine ever since I began last year. And yeah, it's just a rule of mine. I don't believe that if you have a title, then you should be trying to compete for another one. So like tag team, television, intercontinental, European, especially the world titles, they will not be featured in the Royal Rumble match. I know in the real Royal Rumbles in WWE, or they're not the real Royal Rumbles. This is as real as it gets. But the WWE Royal Rumbles, they let like the champions in, they let the minor title holders and the tag team champions in. But I'm not going to do that because I don't feel like it's fair to the other superstars. Well, it's not that it's not fair. I don't know. It's just I don't really want them really want a champion to win. But anyways, looks like we are back to our match. The Great Khali and Shane McMahon. Actually, before I do that, I should probably announce to you who is already going to be featured in the Royal Rumble match. Let us go find that right now. Let me get to the app. So far, we have Jay and Jimmy Uso. We have Darren Young, Titus O'Neil. We have Road Dogg and R-Truth, and Bret Hart and the British Bulldog. Now, these superstars will, they're all going to be in their very first Royal Rumble. I think none of those guys that I just named have been in a Royal Rumble yet. And this week on SmackDown, we're going to figure out who is another man that's going to be in it. Actually, I believe the 10th man so far that's going to be in the Rumble, when Kevin Nash takes on Jerry Lawler. They're returning Jerry Lawler for a spot in the Rumble. Now, this deal was made last week, or, a couple weeks ago. I think the week before Money in the Bank it was made. And, Jerry Lawler, he was retired, but he did so well in the Royal Rumble last year that, we felt that, or I personally felt that he deserved it. He's definitely, I mean, how do I put this? He felt that even though he's retired, he would still like to compete in the Royal Rumble one more time. Just try and see where it went if he competed one more time. And I think that's awesome. But he's doing it against Kevin Nash, a man who was also very good in the Royal Rumble last year. Obviously, neither man won it, but it was a win for the NWO all the same. Kevin Nash did debut at the Royal Rumble with the NWO. I don't know if that's an official fact. I think he did. I'm pretty sure Kevin Nash debuted at the Royal Rumble. A lot of guys actually debuted at the Royal Rumble because it was our first pay-per-view. And there was 20-something guys we'd never seen before. So there was a lot of guys that debuted. And, yeah, Kevin Nash, he debuted at the NWO, and the NWO did win when Scott Hall won. So I think Scott Hall, he told me that last year he counted that as a win for his group. And the NWO, they were still going into this year when they won the Tag Team Championship, Kevin Nash and Jeff Jarrett. So, yeah, we're just going to have to see. I mean, looks like Great Khali just hit a big boot on Shane McMahon. And could it be over this quickly? Hope not. 1, Shane McMahon kicks out. He's got to be more resilient in this match. He is a champion right now, and he's facing a much bigger opponent, but also, about as much experience as he has. Khali has only been in like 3 matches in his life. I don't count the D-League matches to their official records. I really don't. Khali's only wrestled on Raw like once, so he has about as much experience as Shane McMahon. But I definitely think he has all the makings to be a very, very good champion. Looks like we may see him be a champion right here. He's about to pin Shane McMahon. Looks like 1, 2, and 3 in 5.5 minutes. The Great Khali becomes our new television champion. Wow, these television champions, they can't hold on to their titles. I tell you what, Khali is just, all these guys, the title's been changing hands a lot. I guess we had a good break from it when Tensai was champion because he held the title for a very long time. But now it looks like we have Khali as our new television champion. He is our largest television champion of all time. I believe he's our largest champion of all time. No, wait, The Big Show. The Big Show actually held the television title. So I'm not really sure. I think Khali is our largest champion. I'm not sure. Well, regardless, Khali's the new champion. That I would love to see how that plays out for the rest of these guys on the roster. Alright, you guys, you just heard it here. Wade Barrett telling me he does plan to enter the Royal Rumble. And I just had to tell him, not so fast, Wade. You're not exactly an A-game player lately. But I told him if you can beat this guy who you're facing tonight, then you got your spot. But we're not sure who Wade Barrett's opponent is. Wade isn't sure. Obviously, you guys aren't sure. I know, obviously, but you guys don't know. So we're just all gonna have to figure out at the exact same time. Wow, that was weird. Weird little choke. But as I did mention to him, I gave him a little hint. Although Wade Barrett has not been in a Royal Rumble, this man has. The man who he's going to facing has some Rumble experience. So we're just going to have to see who that is here tonight. And Wade Barrett, he has one of the worst records, if not the worst, in SG Gaming League history. He is currently 3-13 on my programming. That's horrible. One of his wins, like a world title win or something. Excuse me, and I have no idea what the other wins are. So let's see who his opponent is here tonight. And you better believe it's Alex Riley, the man. And when I say Royal Rumble experience, that is an understatement. This man has the record for most eliminations in a Royal Rumble match. Last year he set the record with 4. And Riley tells me that he is in this match right now. He wants to beat that record. He wants to blow it out of the water. He tells me that his 4 eliminations was, quote, pathetic, and that he feels like he can do way better than that, and he wants the chance to show everybody exactly what he means, that he can do a lot better. And he's going to have the chance if he can beat Wade Barrett here tonight. One of these men will end up in the 40-man Royal Rumble, next week. And I can't wait to see who it's going to be. Alex Riley, during his time with the company, he was 2-2. Perfect 500, definitely way better than Wade Barrett. Wade has some match experience, but most of his matches were spent on his back. Alex Riley, he doesn't have the losing experience Wade does, but he doesn't have the winning experience Wade does either. And obviously these matches do not include Royal Rumble matches. If so, then Alex Riley would have been in 5 matches in his days. But Wade Barrett, like I said before, he has never competed in a Royal Rumble match. Last year, we did not see Wade Barrett, but this year, he's been with us for 2 years, so he wants to finally get a shot at the Royal Rumble. And who am I to argue with Wade Barrett? And what else was I going to mention about this match? What else was I going to say? Wade Barrett has been on quite the losing streak lately. He's lost to guys like Kane, I believe he lost to. He may have lost to... I know he lost the television title that he held for like a minute. Those actually, the funny thing about Wade Barrett is that 2 of his 3 wins were championships. Wade Barrett currently holds 2 titles, or he has currently held 2 titles in the WWE, or an SG Gaming League, and he is 3-13. That's really something. I was hoping, I gave him a title shot on the first day because I wanted him to turn over a new leaf. He actually did. He won the championship from Cactus Jack, but then he would lose it a week later to X-Pac. So that was so much for turning over a new leaf, and he's been losing ever since. I don't know what it is about Wade Barrett in WWE video games that he's so awful. Same with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like, he is horrible in singles matches. I don't have his record with me, but he is really, really bad in singles matches. And he lost to Val Venus a couple weeks ago to get into the Money in the Bank. That's not good. Not even good. But like I said, the winner of this will end up in the Royal Rumble match, and for Alex Riley, it could be his second time going in there. And Alex Riley, if he can win this match, make it into the Royal Rumble, who knows? I mean, he could, obviously if he wins it, then he's going to get himself a contract. But who knows? If he gives a good showing in the Rumble, maybe I will bring Alex Riley back. Definitely deserves it. He wasn't even bad last year. They just didn't put him in this game, and I didn't feel like renewing his contract with us, so he left us. There are actually a lot of guys in last year's Royal Rumble that will not be featured in this one. For example, Brodus Clay. Brodus Clay was like really, really good in last year's Royal Rumble, but he didn't win his match, his qualifying match, to get in. So, fortunately, this will be a year without a Brodus Clay. And as upset or as sad as I am about that, at least we'll get to see the Usos in there. Those are the guys who beat them. The Usos in their first Royal Rumble match. Imagine if one of the Usos were to win the Royal Rumble match. Any of the tag teams. Imagine if one of them were to win. I mean, I don't know if the tag team would break up, or if they, those 2 competitors would move to singles competition. Obviously, they're getting their shot at WrestleMania. So that's the thing about the Royal Rumble match. Somebody completely random that we've never even really thought about before could win it. Like, there are some wild cards in this Rumble. I'm going to tell you. I've already, with the exception of the guys who have not been chosen to be in the Royal Rumble yet, or have not won their qualifying matches, I have pretty much wrote out a dry run of what the Royal Rumble, like which guys are going to be in it. Pretty much wrote out, who I feel is going to be in it. And some of the choices were easy. Some of them were a little hard. I had to throw in some wild cards in there, guys that we didn't really see a whole lot of, but I still want to see what they can do. And I cannot wait for the Royal Rumble match. It's going to be great. I honestly cannot wait. It is going to be, let me just tell you, it's going to be a star-studded Royal Rumble match. And that is even an understatement because we have so many main eventers. Last year it wasn't that star-studded. We have guys in there that they weren't that big and important, but this year pretty much all of our main event players are in this Royal Rumble match. Obviously besides the champions. But I definitely can't wait. There will be the winner of this match is going to deserve it because this is the most star-studded Rumble of all time. We got everybody in this thing. Everybody is in this Royal Rumble. And either Wade Barrett or Alex Riley tonight will join the everybody that is in the Rumble. And I can't wait to see who it is. I can't wait to see which one of these men will compete in the Rumble. I can't wait for the Rumble. I've mentioned this before, and I'll mention it again. I have not recorded the Royal Rumble yet. Usually, sometimes I'll record things ahead of time, before I've commentated other shows. If I record a pay-per-view and I haven't commentated the weeks prior to that yet, I'll be like, oh, what's gonna happen, and I'll know. But this, I'm waiting to commentate the Royal Rumble before I have all the other shows commentated. So that it's as much of a anticipation thing as me, or as that it's as much of an anticipation thing to me as it is to you. I am about as clueless as what's gonna happen in the Rumble as you guys are. So yeah, and that's important to me. We only have one more show until the actual Rumble. After this one, we're done. We're not counting NXT or anything. So we do have very limited time before the Rumble. And it looks like Wade Barrett, he's going to hit a wasteland on Alex Riley. And he's going to drag him into the center. Could he ruin Alex Riley's dreams of defending his title. 1, 2, and 3. Unfortunately, we will not see Alex Riley in the match, but Wade Barrett will get his first ever Royal Rumble match shot. That's going to be awesome to watch. And Wade Barrett, you know, I think it's safe to say that this is sort of an omen of things to come, because he knocked off Alex Riley, who was the record holder for most eliminations last year. So, yeah, I mean, could we see a new record holder in Wade Barrett? He just defeated the guy who threw out 4 men in that other match. So, yeah, I cannot wait to see what's going to happen in this match. It's going to be great for me to see. I can't wait. Alright, you guys, since we're not having a dark match, we are going to have the rest of the show is going to be pretty stacked. This is a tag team match. Justin Gabriel and Sheamus. They're going to take on Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio. 4 men that were in the Money in the Bank match a couple Sundays ago, and 4 men who ultimately lost it. But they're getting another shot, because I've always wanted to see these guys go at it. I've always thought it was a pretty interesting match, so we're going to see it. Sheamus and Randy Orton starting things off here. Sheamus delivering some shots to Orton's jaw and face. Orton delivering some shots back, and it looks like he has got him in an Irish whip. He's going to try and throw him into Sheamus' wrong corner. And Rey Mysterio comes in here. Rey Mysterio, now that we're talking about the Royal Rumble, he had a prominent showing. Actually, all 4 of these men competed in last year's Royal Rumble. And with the exception of Justin Gabriel, all of them did pretty well. Justin Gabriel, I only say that because, unfortunately for Justin Gabriel, he actually had the 3rd worst time in the Rumble. He was actually tossed out by Alex Riley, the man who had the record. But, yeah, Justin Gabriel lasted 47 seconds in the match, and that was only 3rd to a couple more. I know the worst was John Morrison, 2nd worst was Arn Anderson, and 3rd worst was Justin Gabriel. I know Daniel Bryan actually falls somewhere in like the worst of all time, because he had like maybe a little less than a minute. He was actually also thrown out by Alex Riley, I think. A lot of guys were. I mean, Alex Riley, he does have the record, most eliminations. But I'm really hoping somebody's gonna beat that record this year, because it needs to be beaten. Like, honestly, 4 eliminations, that's puny. We need a guy that's gonna come in here, and I'm almost positive that record's gonna be broken. If nobody can throw out more than 4 people, then that is beyond me. And we have a lot of big guys in this match. We have a lot of strong guys that can do a lot of damage. Like, for example, Sheamus. Sheamus is going to be in this year. All these guys in the ring right now, you can expect to see them competing in the match, the Royal Rumble match, because they're all prominent players. I'd like to think they're main eventers. And now it looks like Randy Orton's going to be tagged in. Randy Orton, I think he did pretty well in last year. I know Rey Mysterio did really well, and Randy Orton already hits the RKO. Could this be over before it ever began? 1, 2, and 3. Wow, it was a quick win. Under 2-minute win. Oh my God. Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio do get the victory, and that was a shocker. I thought that match would go on for a long time, but yeah, I guess this is just proving who the better men are. I don't even think Justin Gabriel got in on that match. It was just Sheamus in there the whole time, and that's what happens when you get caught with an RKO. That was out of nowhere for both Randy Orton and Sheamus. Neither of them really knew what was going on, and Sheamus, he felt the effects. Alright, you guys, we got a couple more matches for you, and oh shit, it's a 6-man tag. We're going to see Team Lesnar taking on Jimmy and Jey Uso and Kane. Now, 6-man tag matches, they kind of go rogue in here, but let's see how this one turns out. I made sure of the fact that I took a lot of precautions in making this match. As you can see, there's a time limit at the bottom. I also put the match on quick. And I think I don't know no, eliminations aren't on. That's what I used to do for these matches. So I just don't want it to take like 15 minutes again. As you can see, Kofi Kingston and Jey Uso are starting things off here. Actually, Jimmy Uso, that is. And these guys, there's some retribution, because these guys are the ones that ruined their Rumble chances. They beat them in the qualifying match, and now Jimmy and Jey Uso will be partaking in the Royal Rumble, and the Team Lesnar won't. That's got to be a distinct disadvantage for Brock, because now he knows that that those are 2 less guys that could be buffering him in this Rumble match. If they're and Jack Swagger can't compete because he's a champion, neither can Brock. So his title, it could be anybody's. You know, at least if you had like, it's like having some of your friends in the match. You know, if they win it, then you know maybe they'll spare you a little bit. I mean, if you're on Team Lesnar, these guys look up to Brock. I feel like if Brodus Clay was in the match and he won, then he would you know maybe let Brock have the WrestleMania match. Except I don't know, the Royal Rumble can do things to people. It can make people crazy competitive. But it looks like Jimmy Uso just gets plowed over, and Brodus Clay landing the elbow on the back. And Jimmy, though, he's getting up. He's getting resilient. He's going to tag, or it looks like Irish whip him into the corner. And who's he going to tag in? Looks like nobody. I thought he didn't get there quick enough. He's going to tag in somebody this time. Looks like, yes, Jimmy Uso is going to come in, or Jey Uso is going to come in here. Now, like I said, these guys did have beaten them before. They faced them a couple times, I believe. This is not the first time they faced the Usos. They're pretty familiar with them. And as you can see, Kane and Brock Lesnar are also in this match, and this is pretty significant for these guys because they did face each other at Money in the Bank in like a 17-minute match. This thing was insane. And it looks like Brodus, he's got that throw locked in. Just tosses Jey Uso across the ring. And this could be something that ends it. Let's see what happens. By the way, this the program isn't lagging. It's just the match that's lagging because six-man matches don't like to work. But immediately, Kane and Jimmy Uso get in there to try and beat up Brodus Clay a little bit. It's sort of unskilled. Kane won't get out of this ring. Well, he finally does. And yeah, Jimmy Uso in there with, I think is that Jimmy? No, it's Jey. Jey Uso. And Brodus, big headbutt to the back. And who's he going to tag in? Oh, I thought he was going to tag in somebody. Yep, he's going to tag in Kofi. Kofi for the second time getting into this match. And he's in there against Jey. Jey with the nice yellow pants. I love those pants, but Jey just knocks out Brodus as Brock tries to hold him back. And now Kofi just smacks him right in the chest with that move. And Kofi's going to get up, take a couple shots at him. And now Jey's in the wrong corner. He does not want to be in that corner with two of the biggest members of Team Lesnar. Brodus Clay and Brock. Jimmy's holding his own over there, or Jey's holding his own over there. He's kicking Kofi into his corner, and now he's got him in the collar and elbow. And Kofi gets the better of it. I said ut, like I'm Canadian or something. But I'm not, I can assure you I'm not Canadian. And Kofi looks like he's going to fly. Kofi, as usual, flying. He turns himself in midair to land with that frog splash. Very skilled maneuver. Looks like Kofi going to get the trouble in paradise. Team Lesnar, these guys are running in. And Kofi's, I don't know what they're really doing. It looks like they're doing something over there. And Kofi's going to pin Jey. The referee, Brodus, is still in the ring. He's counting him out. He can't let him get to 4. No, don't do it. Brodus, he can't leave the ring. And Brodus, what? He just gets the team disqualified. That is weird. I mean, Kofi had the win. That's insane. I think we're going to probably hear about that eventually. And because I weirdly forgot to make cuts in this video, we are immediately into our next match. I just realized that. I forgot cuts. Like that, I mean, I forgot transitions. Like, I made cuts, but I just forgot transitions. That's a little weird. But we do have our Tornado Tag Match of the night. Another two members of Team Lesnar trying to get something rolling for Team Lesnar tonight. Antonio Cesaro and Jack Swagger going to take on John Cena and Mr. Money in the Bank, Daniel Bryan. Now, these guys aren't strangers to each other. Daniel Bryan actually beat Cesaro to get into the Money in the Bank match. And Jack Swagger, he defended his Intercontinental title against John Cena last week, or at Money in the Bank. Daniel Bryan and Jack Swagger have competed against each other before. I think Jack Swagger won by a ring out count last week. And Jack Swagger right now, he's a dominant Intercontinental champion. He actually beat Kane for the title and defended against John Cena. And he defended against John Cena in a straightforward singles match. The match took like 15 minutes. Jack Swagger got it done surprisingly. I didn't really have much faith in Jack Swagger. I thought he was going to get beat. But, John Cena proved to be a worthy competitor, but just not worthy enough to get it done, I guess. But Daniel Bryan just suplexes Jack Swagger and just sort of tosses him. Daniel Bryan gets him up, takes a couple shots to the face, cranks the arm a little bit, and he is going to toss him into the wrong corner over there. Daniel Bryan launches himself. We didn't really catch the drop kick, but Cesaro is just pressing the face of John Cena into the turnbuckle with his boot. Now, all these matches today have been really, really short. I don't think one match has gotten over 10 minutes. I mean, at least our two biggest matches. Excuse me. At least our two biggest matches. We had Justin Gabriel and Sheamus. They got beat in like 2 minutes by Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio. And then in the last match, that match lasted about 4 minutes maybe before Brodus Clay got his team disqualified. Which I still don't know. Like, did he just not? Was it like a glitch where he couldn't leave the ring, or what happened? I have no idea what's going on right there. Anyways, we're back into this match. We can stop worrying about that match. It's over. It happened. Forget about it. John Cena looks like he's got the leg. And outside the announcer's table is ceremonious removing of the top of the announcer's table. And we're going to see something big here. It looks like probably a DDT like it always is. And Daniel Bryan, oh my god, who knew a DDT through that table? I couldn't have called that in a million years. But Daniel Bryan, he almost decapitated Jack Swagger at that move. And speaking of decapitation, Jack Swagger tosses Daniel Bryan onto the exposed, looks like floored announcer's table. Now both these guys are on the outside. And Cesaro, he's got a little Cobra Clutch-like maneuver locked in there. Or maybe Dream Street. That looked like Dream Street. Ted DiBiase's move. Now Cesaro is got John Cena back up. And Cesaro's really been the aggressor in this match. He's been taking advantage. And Team Lesnar, these guys have really been pretty good in this match. I mean, these guys, what was I going to say? These guys have been taking it to Daniel Bryan and John Cena. And, you know, I would kind of expect that. Does it still work? Okay, good. I hope it still works. I thought I just unplugged it from the socket. I was almost sure of it. John Cena just headbutts Antonio Cesaro, and Cena just putting the double elbows, and Swagger just turns Daniel Bryan inside out with that move. Looks like Cesaro's doing his job on the outside. Well, maybe not anymore. And Jack Swagger's sort of been slacking in the middle, or in the inside. And Daniel Bryan just, right when I say that, launches himself with the springboard and just connects with Jack Swagger. And Daniel Bryan just, once again, tries again, but, risks it. And unfortunately, we have got Swagger on the offense now. Well, not unfortunately. I don't mean to be I don't mean to be a biased commentator. And Swagger just keeps whipping Daniel Bryan across the ring, just completely beating the hell out of him in this match. Collegiate wrestling style. He's like legally beating the hell out of him. Like, if he was in a wrestling match, this would all be legal and it'd be a beating. But he's not using his fists or anything. He doesn't need to. He's using, well, besides that, he's doing a push-up on him. That's just the definition of cocky, but you can be. When you're the Intercontinental Champion, you can be. I believe Jack Swagger will hold this title for a very long time. I can see it happening. Probably not 224 days, but I do believe he's going to hold it for a very long time, probably until the end of Universe mode. Swagger, unfortunately, will not make his Royal Rumble debut next week because he is a champion. And, you know, as sad as that rule is, because we get a lot of competition that's not featured in that match, as strong as, or as, not great as that rule is, we still need to enforce it because it's a rule that I believe in. So Jack Swagger, he will not be competing. That's why Brock Lesnar has never been in a Royal Rumble before, because he's always been champion at the time of the Rumble. Looks like John Cena and Daniel Bryan, they pin their guys at the exact same time, and they will get the win by pin here tonight. And I don't know why replay's on. I think I turned replay on. I should have. Why didn't I fast forward the stupid replay? Did I? Yes, I did. I had replay on just in case I want to make that a dark match, but I didn't. So we got it turned off. And what's that? Looks like that scene is weird on my computer. Never mind. Yeah, anyways, that is it for me, you guys. See you guys next time on SmackDown and then at the Royal Rumble. Boss Stands Tall is out.